4 very common underpainting mistakes. Number 1, using too much solvent. Oil paint is pigment and binder. The more solvent you add, the more you break down that bond. Your underpainting layer isn't just the visual foundation of your painting. You want to create structural integrity. Using too much solvent is also the reason sometimes your paint will pull up when you go to work on your next layer. Number 2, not preparing your surface properly. Over time, oil paint and other mediums will corrode the surface, be it paper, linen, canvas, wood, etc. You want to make sure you're using methods that are appropriate for your medium and the surface you're painting on. Number 3, a lot of people aren't going to like, but number 3 is using acrylics for your underpainting. A lot of people do this because they're impatient for their first layer to dry or they think it's just easier. It's totally fine to do if you're just messing around and you don't care about the quality or longevity of your work. But acrylic paint is terrible for underpainting because oil and acrylic chemically do not bond, and acrylic paint is much more flexible. Acrylic will expand and contract on the surface. Your oil paint will not. This means that the layers of oil over acrylic will crack much more easily. When mixing media, be sure you're doing so mindfully. And number 4, selecting colors that aren't suitable. Again, part of the reason we underpaint is to create structural integrity. When painting in layers, following the fat over lean rule is very important. Different paints will have a higher oil to pigment ratio. They'll also have different levels of transparency or be more light fast. There's a reason you tend to see artists using the tried and true methods. Colors like sienna or thin layers of earth pigments and inorganic compounds typically make for the best underpainting colors.